Okay, so happy to start this Jinky again in Bali with old friends and new friends. I will shortly introduce what I do, but first I want to ask, do you familiar with Jinkies? Or it's a first time?
No.
Okay, amazing. Then
Similar things, but not gene keys, no.
human design? No?
No. I know of it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Into Vedic astrology, right?
Sorry? Vedic astrology, yeah. Mm.
So my name is Katya, as I said. This is Anthony, and today we're going to discover the 60s Jinky, the one that is the key of realism, but basically the key of magic as well. Is it currently in a transit field activated by sun? And yeah, we're gonna. In fact, I think it's one of the keys of the closing the cycle, because next we're gonna move to 41st Jinki, and in Jinki and human design, the new year starts at the end of January. This year, particularly, it will be 22nd of January. It will be a beginning of new cycle. So now we are closing the old cycle, and we're gonna look today into the structure. So how it works is this process, yeah, with a tea, we put to one another.
Maybe you don't pour because you are Czech, and we will try and do I'll have it more. She will lose her
You got
trust.
this, you got that, I got the floor.
Okay, good, thank you. So first we're starting with a description of the shadow of the ski, the lower frequency. And our role here, we can feel how it feels in the body, what stories, what emotions coming out. And we're gonna have several gaps during the transmission where we discuss, we ask questions, and before that, we contemplate. So especially first 3 cups of the tea, because the tea gonna support us and it's gonna change different teas. First 3 cups, especially we take in silence. And every time when the tea is changing, we also take in a moment with first cup to just feel it, smell it, taste it in silence, perceive it. So let's just do it as now we start with ginseng root. You develop sipping the tea more and more. You learn from Chinese, yeah.
Yeah, Chinese. And from wine tasting.
I was going to say wine, but don't want to lower the tone.
You're not learning one. Good, it's good.
So,
Herbs are medicinal.
so yeah, we start with shadow, then we go to gift and to Siddhi to high frequencies. So what is this key, the 60 gene key? The first and most important thing that this key helps us to create structures, create the material world, to bring energy into the form, and to bring energy into the form to make something material, we need structures. But we need to learn how not to be limited by structures. So the shadow of this key is limitation, the gift is realism, and the Siddhi is justice. And what are the limitations? And what is, let's say, the purpose of contemplation of the key? We can't deny limitations because we need them. Let's say, for example, we need physical body to live on the earth, but in a way it's a limitation. But it depends on how we look at it. We can feel limited by it, or we can feel that we are free because in the spirit we're free. And honestly, I remember just yesterday, Cher was saying to me that it's so much effort to be human beings. Oh my God, to wash everything, like so many, while you do all these different chores during the day, it's like half of the day gone already.
That's my life at the moment, actually. It's just practical things. Yeah.
14.
I think this is one thing where I don't feel like I can do it forever and don't feel unlimited. Yes, but in fact, it's the channel. If you look at human design 360, and 3 is the pure energy and a chaos, and 60 is the one who brings to create structures, so we can bring energy into the material world. We can create something. And on a shadow level, there are always two ways of how we can experience them. The one is repressive, when we suppress this feeling, suppress the shadow. And the other one is, and the one is the reactive, when we react on this, when we react in the feeling of limitation. And the repressive nature here would be the person who can't take any limitations, can't take any structures. For these people, it will be hard to do any work, to be in a relationship, to be in anything where the energy need to move in a certain direction when there is a structure, not just chaos and flow all the time. The person have a problem to use structures. This is the repressive shadow. And the reactive shadow is opposite. The people who are very rigid, they stuck with one structure all their life, even if it doesn't serve anymore. There is no more joy, there is no more passion, energy, nothing, but just stuck with the mind because like, okay, this is what works and I don't want to change it even if it's not aligned with me anymore. And this key is also, in fact, opens the question of the mind and how our mind is also creates limitations. And in fact, when we contemplate this key and when we start to contemplate our limitations, we first start with the mind. We start with all the mental ideas we have about life, about who am I, about how reality works, anything. And this key is really, I would say, provokes us to look into ourselves and into reality with the question, does it all real what you believe in, or this is your limitation, or this is just something you believed in, but in fact, it's either not fully correct or this perspective doesn't serve you anymore. And how we can, I would say, this is a balance. This is, in fact, the key of balance. And the challenge of this key, something that we work with, is a balance, is to find a balance and keep a balance, and being able to let go of things that doesn't serve us anymore and create a new balance. As the life moves and everything is anyway constantly changing. So how we cannot be stuck with the structure that maybe worked for us before and worked pretty well, but then the new energy come, the new cycle of life will come, and this structure is not anymore possible for us. It's not anymore, we can't flourish anymore in it. And then we need to let go so we can create a new balance, we can create a new order. And in a way, the earth itself right now in a process of
Same thing.
the earth itself in a process of creating a new order right now, new structure, the last 4 or 5 years more, a little bit, as it's upgrading itself. So we are also part of this transformation, let's say. And when we move to new order, we first have to let go things how they were before and how we used to perceive, as I said, ourselves in reality and used to look at the world. And why I said this is a key of magician, because this person knows how to do structure or how to work with energy to create from energy the structure, but not be limited with them. So we can create different system, we can create knowledge, we can create society, we can create anything basically with this key, and stay with it until it serves its purpose and until, let's say, the new return would not come. We always have to also be listening because as we could see how the different civilizations was moving. We watched recently with MTV some videos of Matthias de Stefano as like one person who good in explaining all these things and how were different civilizations through the beginning of the earth and how it always constantly changes, different orders, different way of organizing society, humans and all these things. And we can look at also our human history. There was the Rim Empire. Unit Caesar.
Oh, the Romans.
Romans, yeah. The Romans Empire, then it fall. Before was the Egypt. Then it's also changed and it's moving and changing. Some things, in fact, what the 60 Jinki is doing, it takes some things from the past that still can work and bring new things, let's say, from the future, from higher dimension, bring things that's going to serve the highest in line and combine the past and future to create in the present what can perfectly work in this moment that is not anymore limited with the past. And limitations, this is the way how we look at them, how we look in certain structures in our life, and we feel limitations where we feel that we're not free or that like we can't breathe freely in these limitations. We can't, we don't feel alive or any kind of these feelings. So as I said, there are several, two shadow patterns. First, we can feel restricted and we will try to deny any structures and like, no, I don't want it because I don't feel free kind of in this. And the second one will just get stuck with something forever. And when we start to contemplate, first we contemplate our mental limitations. We bring our awareness into what are these my beliefs, ideas of myself, of life, of reality, and does they really serve me anymore or not? So we can contemplate life. We can even create a list of these beliefs and question: does this really true, and does this really serve me longer? Then when our contemplations go deeper, we start to contemplate emotional field. We start to contemplate our emotions and the patterns of our emotions and how they can also limit us. Some emotions that doesn't serve us anymore, pain from past, some wounds of rejection, separation, all the core wounds and jinkies, and how these limit us, how we can, by transmuting them, how we can become free, how we can move forward. And then our awareness go deeper to physical body when we can also change patterns on physical level and also transmute things that doesn't serve us anymore. This is just summary of this.
Yes, this is a top.
That was just like a commercial.
Yeah, it's a camera. You should show it.
Sponsored by.
Okay.
To the millions of viewers worldwide.
But I don't have this tea to sell, so I advertise.
Just showing the millions of you and maybe the people watching when I drink it too. Like, yeah.
Back through the good one, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's very nice.
Siddhi.
in fact, the China is one of the places that is, I would say, the structures are everywhere. It's like it's competition high. Maybe you want to share a bit about this because it's like everything is worked by rules, kind of limitations, time, structure. Everything is very like this,
Organized.
and it's very very different, I would say, from how I used to live. Even more strict on things like, for example, in Russia. Russia is also very strict. And now I think Russia now is going more and more to a model of China with all the strictness and rules they have. Which is just a little bit we still have. Thank you. Yeah, so, and in a way, as we said, the first limitation that the 60 Jinki shown, we can't be free, we can't let go limitations, because the first limitation we have is our physical body. We have it. If we want to live on the earth, we have this form, like as a vessel. But will we feel limited by this or not? This depends on which level of frequency here we will be, because if we're in a shadow, we will feel limited. We will feel like, oh, I'm not free. I'm the soul. I'm this big spirit. Why I'm in this body? It's like so difficult, and so a lot of time to take care of it, and all the health, nutrition, diet, movement, water. What else? Sleep. Yes. And just to be in a human body. So we can look from this perspective, or we can look from perspective that this is a beautiful vessel I have to conduct energy and to create what my soul and spirits want to create in the earth and make it material, make it alive. And while I'm sharing it, reminded me of a time when I was at Vipassana long time ago, and when you just sit and contemplate all the sensations, and you ideally, if you get, of course, if it's possible, should not even move. So it's like 1 hour, 2 hours meditation, and you try not to move, even if it's painful, hurting, but just to the practice meditation and in the body, like I'm not free, and so much contraction, and I was feeling a lot of anger was moving through me. It's like, what the fuck? Why is this? I'm limited by this. I'm like, I was so small box. Why? Why I was put here? But then, the more I was observing all the sensations and anger and everything, then my awareness was moving forward. And I felt, well, but why I decided that I'm limited by it. And then my awareness started to go deeper, like inside the body. But through that also, at some point, I went into just consciousness, where even the feeling of body disappeared. So, through going into the depths of the body, into the depths of the cell, so that suddenly it's all just become one, just one consciousness. And all the feelings, even the feeling of this physical form that's like I have it, it's not that I was not having it, but it's all sensations dissolved. There was just one presence, consciousness, or like samadhi, where it's just, there is no anymore even sensations. There's all just one presence that feels also like love and being, and there is no thoughts, there is no emotions, nothing exists in it. And that showed me that I was not limited by body. It was just perspective and the sensations and anger I had. But the more I transmuted that, the more in fact I realized that my true state is freedom, and I'm not limited by the form, and I don't need to change it, or I don't need to like get rid of it. I'm free within this form. My spirit is free, I'm free. And then in fact, that's what this Jinki is also saying. We are here always try to find a balance between gravity and levity.
Yeah.
It's like the gravity pulls us down. The gravity pulls us into the shadow. The gravity gives us this feeling of contraction and heaviness. Heaviness being in the body. And there is a levitation that's bringing us higher, bringing us to cities, bringing us to higher consciousness. And we're here always creating a balance between these two different forces. Can you hear, Chai? And yeah, so and the shadow here will provoke us with all the limitations, will ask us, and that what we could ask ourselves, what are these challenges in my life now where I feel I'm limited? Maybe it's house, maybe it's career, money, whatever, anything that I feel I'm in a relationship, anything that I feel I'm limited with. Or maybe I feel that I don't want any structures. Maybe I feel like there is something that the life wants creates to me, but I avoid to create this certain limitation. For example, to create a discipline, to create a rhythm in my life that will help to bring it to me, that's interested. And I resisted of this certain structure that I think will limit me. But in fact, the right structures are creating like a pathway for the energy to be rooted and for us to create and manifest what we want. It's not limiting us. In fact, it's giving us freedom to create what our soul, our heart really wants to create or to bring in the earth to make it alive. So now I want to ask all of you, what do you feel these limitations in your life? Or do you avoid certain limitations? Let's contemplate on that. And I can put on pause for now, just 1 second. About the limitations and when it's unlimited. It feels for me that when we go into unlimited space, unlimited possibilities, this requires, in fact, more inner structure and connection with the source or divine or soul, because when there are, and in fact, it's like just realizing something that I was learning and then also teaching on the creator course, because when there are a lot of possibilities or varieties of what you can create, or what you can choose, how you will choose. You will choose what is in alignment with your soul right now, what is here, what is when everything into one line, then I know without thinking or without being overwhelmed by these options. But say when I know which purpose I'm serving, then I can make a choice. But if I don't know which purpose I'm serving, then there's just options, and I can't choose because I'm just overwhelmed. And from my mind or emotions, anything is good. But when it's aligned, then there is certain direct choice that is coming.
Yeah.
Because I'm free into what I want to create, and so I choose what will help into the creation of it. And it can be genes, the relationship, where to live, where to be, all these things, they come from alignment. And that's in fact.
Can you explain what your methodology? This is fascinating. So you pour a bit of tea on.
These are like lucky charms. Yeah, so we're inviting blessings.
Cute.
Shadow work for nerds.
Richard Rudd recommends when you work on your personal keys, like first, when you work with your chart, because there are different different elements of your life, and very very Siddhi, and you will experience this key and the manifestation of it in reality. So what's going on in your physical world through this energy and through observing where you are and how this energy affects you, you can change the outer world through changing your frequency. But first you need to go inward to unlock all this. And it's really like you can see the connection with biology, with which amino acid exists in your body. That's where we go to genetic encoding rings and how it's all connected, basically. And the Richard Ra once was also giving a beautiful meditation of working with microbiome and how it basically reprograms the brain, because they were connected, the microbiome and then the brain and the capacity of our brain. And when our microbiome is in harmony and healed, then here the brain is activated, the higher capacity, the higher abilities. And let's say through the gene keys, through this inner journey, we start the change and also the outer world. But then since we unlock our own keys, we're realizing that in fact, like I have all of them, because then all 64, it's in general 64 keys combinations. But in fact, I have all of them and I'm unlimited. And the thing is, we can use the knowledge, but we can use the knowledge at the like a float or boat to get to a next riverbank. But when it's time comes to let go the boat, we need to let it go. We can't continue going. When we step into the riverbank, we will let go of the boat like this. Yes. So
You make a good point.
let's move to the gift. I don't have time. Let's go to the gift. The gift of realism. This is one of the gifts that can be easily misunderstood, because when we think about realism, we're thinking about something very practical, very like limited maybe in a way, but in fact realism is a magic. That's what this key is showing us. Realism is the way how we use the light to create a right structure to manifest and create what we want to create on the earth. Right now on the earth, because we're on the earth.
Is that different?
Yeah, when, for example, like accomplish mission and all these things. That's an interesting question, because at some certain point of my life, in my journey, I came to a point where it's like, okay, this harmonic things finished, so what next? And when in some journey, I came to creator space, creator consciousness, then I realized that, well, there is no rules anymore. You just choose what you create. And that's why a lot of people don't want to become creators or gods, because there's nobody who will tell you, this is your path, this is your mission, this you need to do, this is how it should be, will give you all the structures. No, you are literally becoming creator. So you create, of course, you see, for example, okay, I'm on the earth now, there are certain things happening, how I can be in harmony with this, but you don't move anymore from obligations, you move from the freedom. And the freedom means that there is nobody who you can ask for solution, something, because the whole answers within you, because you create them. I remember once I was giving a workshop about, I have a method creator course that came to me in Bali maybe 3 years ago. And then at some point, it was in 2023 when I was in Russia for summer, and I did a workshop. I did 2 days workshop for the system. And at some point when I was giving, it's like a method, it's 10-step method, how to guide people to the consciousness, and explain how we create all this, like, it's kind of very structured, but at the same time, very bringing it to quantum mind, and it's structure, and it's at the same time liberating. It has this both. And at some point I was giving meditation where I was helping people to go to that creator space, to the mind, that is free mind. And after that, and it started spontaneously, because I was given, started with some one practice where I was helping people to let go of patterns that doesn't allow them to relax in their body, in their beingness. And after we went into relaxation, then suddenly another transmission started to happen. And after that, I was asking people after that practice, how do you feel? And one of the girls said, I felt like I took some psychedelics. It's like it was same as once I had this experience in my life. It's like I need now time to integrate. There was different people, different things that happened and feelings. One girl she went there. And the funniest thing that when there was a beginning of the workshop and in the first day, we all set in intentions, and she was already my client from before. She said, I came here to die. She said, I reached a point of that self, what all my experience, all what I learned, this is the limit. I came here to die because I need to transcend this. I can't go anymore from this. I can't live anymore from this. This has reached its completion. But I don't know what's next. So in order to go there, what's next? I have to die. And she was the one who died energetically. She was the one who transcended during this practice. She was after the practice, she was just laughing. She was like, "This is just it," because I'm free, literally, to create what my soul wants. There is no anymore there's no anymore rules, kind of, because she was sharing how during the practice she was going, and then at some point she went to a space where she's just free. And there was some fears before, but but how it's possible? How you can be so free? And then when she allowed this to happen through relaxation, in fact, this is the funniest part, because you think you need to do. But in fact, you enter this space through relaxation, through surrender, through letting go. And then when you're there, you feel like, oh, in fact, now there is anything possible. And for her, it was a big, let's say, transcendence. She transcended to a new version of herself, and that is possible through that. That's why she came with this intention, because she knew in order to move forward, she needed to die in that version of herself that she already experienced and knew, and that became the limitation, because there was no anymore possible to breathe there. There was a limit that reaches seal, and then it has to transcend it. And now when we looked at each other's eyes, it was like when you understand even without words, because it's like emptiness meeting with emptiness, and in this it's a fullness of everything, and you don't need even to say anything. So yeah, in fact, I just recently was speaking with her, because now 2.5 years came, she was sharing about different journeys that happened after that workshop and how many things changed. In case that's
Because it's this wind guy over there is gonna make it a bit difficult.
We need the right structure.
Just some.
Okay, so the realism, in fact, is this gift helps us to see which structures we need right now, how we can support our life, what we need. For example, I need discipline, for example. Let's say I'm creating something, okay, I need more energy, okay, I need maybe more physical exercise, I need better nutrition. Which structure will help me right now? It can be discipline, it can be my rhythm, it's how I live, maybe I need to change something in my rhythm. It can be something I'm creating, some work, and I need to give it more time and space for this to happen, and I need maybe let go, cut off some other things that can be not helpful in this direction. So the gift of realism is helping us to bring our attention into which structures I need right now, what supports my life right now and my purpose, and then through that make these dreams kind of happen in their reality, make dreams become true in their reality through choosing right structures or right directions. It's like a river, the river needs banks to be a river. Otherwise, it can't flow. The rest is not going from one point to another. Then it's just, let's say, imagine if there was only water, there was no ever ground, so then there is no direction. It's just everywhere. But when we have river banks, then it goes. But the ocean still has then the the bigger
gravity.
bigger boundaries. And the gravity, yes, without gravity will all collapse.
Thanks.
So the realism is not denying limitations, not denying structures, and not become obsessed with it. It knows exactly which structure is needed right now, what helped me, and using it like tools until it will be time to transcend it. And in fact, reminds me of what we watched about Matthias' videos when he explained about the fourth dimension, so where we work with time and space and everything. And he's saying that there are 4 stages of creation. It's like birth, the first stage, then we experiment. Through experiment, we learn, we make mistakes, we create something. Then there's integration. We need to integrate our experiment. And then there is transcendence with that, we need to let it go and move forward. And then we come in again to the first point where we can create again. Where first there is like an impulse of this intention, or say, oh, this I want to burst. Then this impulse has to go through time, through experiment, time and space. It has to go through certain stages of okay, how I do this. Let's say, for example, because I'm making jewelry in Bali, I'm drawing and had a jeweler, Balinese person who made, so it comes first starts with the idea. Or for example, I have a client coming to me and asking for certain jewelry, and then it's like, okay, I connect, I start to channel, then I say, okay, which stones we're gonna, what it be like, ring, pendant, earrings, what it's gonna be. Then the form come, the design come, then the stones come. Or sometimes I can see a stone and I'm like, oh, this stone for this person, and I message my client, I'm like, look at the stone, and she's like, oh, it's calling me, and I buy stone without even knowing which jewelry it first be. But then later the creation starts, and then okay, so drawing or like a structure, then it has, I bring it to jeweler and I say, okay, can you make it? Or maybe we need to adjust something, and then he's making it, and then in the end it's becoming a piece that somebody can wear. So first it's like an impulse, then the experiment, then and then it goes further to a person who's gonna wear it, and I don't hold anymore, I don't have it, I have photo, and it's all what I have. And then somebody's wear it until it serves the purpose, because there are some holes in it. And then I have a lot of jewelries, for example, before when I was also buying that. I can wear it for like months, year, and then at some point I don't need it anymore because it served its purpose, and then I move to something different. So this is a realism when we know which structures we need to support right now, or what are supportive for us right now, so we can remove them, and when it's time to move on. And in our personal life, and as well in the collective, because there are a lot of structures in the collective that's as well as not serving as a need. So they have to change, as well as government, society, and all the levels, in order to us to live from that higher consciousness. So now I want to open space again to share questions. Maybe you want to share something about realism, because you have this key in your chart.
Yeah. My traction.
You want to record it, or you want to?
It could be whatever. Yeah. That's why I was also mentioning about structure. It's in my chart. So it was just like a mirror reflecting the truth already. I like what Richard said about this key, especially the realism, how it's about love, about surrendering to love, and maybe to surrender to like it's great. When you connect with love, then it's can open. First of all, love is the portal, because that's the heart, and then to get to the higher centers, we need to pass through love, and then as well, love itself is, it's kind of, we can access it in many different ways. It's what, if we look at all the mystics, and especially mystics, something like Scottish, and as well, like people like tantrics, for example, people who are doing kind of alchemy and doing magic, they are as well using or should be using this ingredient of love. If they want to use the light magic, right? Of course, if they want to use white magic, they can use love. If not, then it can be something else. Perhaps not the gift. The curse, maybe. But yeah. So I think this key is really like a magic key. I always I thought a lot about it today, in fact, about research. That's why I was saying all mystics, because I have to be blunt about it. It's kind of, this is it, you know. Like we look at all like yogis, people who've transcended, gone out, and gone through this kind of portal, some way, shape, or form. This is like a transcendental path to cutting through illusion, cutting through the structures. So real, but under. Yeah. I'll leave the floor now. Someone take the mic.
So the justice, and as I said, it's a very different understanding here. Honestly, I would say from my own experience with Jinkies, the 60 Jinki was one of the key that was hardest for me to understand. 3 years, I do Jinkies for 10 years already. I think today, every time before I doing transmission, I also listen to the Richard Rod and contemplate this field. Today, when I was listening to justice, I think I finally got it on a deeper level. What is this justice? And the justice is this frequency. He's sharing their story because I said he's a poet, he's a mystic, so he loves also to share stories. And the justice here, she's Anthony, one sec. What is the name of this man from the book?
No.
The man from this book, from French story, from this city. What was this?
It's from Les Miserables. Ah, the
Oh,
story
Jean
of-
Valjean.
Yes, yes.
So I'm an actress and singer, so.
This is a very crucial story.
So to describe what the justice is, he's usually using some stories, archetypes. So he using this story saying about this man who stole a loaf of bread, and then he was in prison for 90 years. And then basically after that, he left the prison and it was time for him to go. And then some other man, like he went to home with some other man, and then at the night he commit a second crime, and he's stealing some silver, something silver, like cutlery. Yeah.
Yes.
And because he thought that there was the only way to continue his life, because nobody wanted to hire him for work, because everybody saw a man who was in the prison, so nobody trusted him to give him any work or anything. So he decided, okay, I'm gonna do the second time. And then he get caught, and the next day he and with the police standing in front of that man, I forget the name, who
Jean Valjean, yeah.
no,
someone.
Jean Valjean,
Yeah.
he with the police staying in front of the man who invited him in the house from whom he stole these silver things. And he thinking that's okay, my life is just gonna be finished because I'm just not gonna go a second time to prison. And then the man who was the owner of the house, he's saying, oh no, in fact I gave this him as a present. And he's saying, oh, in fact, you even forget like something else, like take, you forget. And so the police get him like, okay, they let him free. And this Jean Valjean, he's so confused, he can't understand like how it's happening, why. And the other man, he's saying that he want him to live a honest life. So he kind of, he doesn't want him to steal anymore. He gave him the silver so he can start a life. He can start a life of honest life and not go anymore to same patterns. And this Siddhi and the how to say that story is example of justice. That this man, his act was act of justice. And if we try to look at these words from our normal mind, we would like say, but it's not justice because he should go to prison because he did a second crime. So how is it justice? I would say now a phrase that long time ago I heard this that's opened my eyes a lot. If you want to know what is a justice, you need to learn to look into the world from the eyes of God. And because justice is not about what is right or wrong, what is black and dark. The justice, as we can see here from this example, is the justice is a Siddhi. It exists in a higher dimension. It means it's rooted in a higher form of love. And the justice would act to serve this higher form of love, even if on a surface it would look like something different, because it's like such a high frequency that, like, let's say from this attitude, the man who decided to help Jean Jacques, who said, I gave you this, and who didn't put him in prison, basically, the justice was the act to give him that life that he could live, because he already was 19 years in prison. He already lost almost all of his life. It's a lot of time. So the justice was here to give him an opportunity to live an honest life, to live a life when he doesn't need, as he said, to steal and do this anymore. And the justice is, first of all, starts with forgiveness. And because again, it's higher frequency, and it's when we in this higher frequency, as we're not anymore limited with our mind or stories, we can see how when this energy to move is kind of, it wants to create a higher form that is possible to create on the earth. And to create this higher form, we need to come back to heart. We need to open this love inside of us. And for this, we need to learn to forgive. And in fact, while we listen with our partner, in fact, we both realized it at the same time. And then he came for me to share. And I just, like a minute before, I thought about this myself, that in our relationship, we, it's like we forgive things, like, let's say, maybe it can sound like mystical, but sometimes we remember past lives where it's like he killed me, or I killed him, or something happened, or he betrayed me, different things that we can remember. And it can happen spontaneously. For example, we go to Nepal, we went to Nepal before, and we meditate in a certain place, and then boom, the memory comes, and the feelings and pain and all these things, and then we like share and we let go and we like release it. So it feels like we've forgiven all that, because we are more and more moving into love, into the union. That means all whatever happened, we have to forgive, we have to let it go. It doesn't serve us anymore. We can't go. And even when in this lifetime, we can hurt sometimes, like through conflict, through emotions, and then we forgive. Because then we see that we know where we're going, we know what we're creating, we know why we're together, even not only from like because we love each other, but also what is this bigger mission. And then we learn, we communicate, we see, okay, how we can better communicate. Okay, we work on the shadows, and we forgive if we harm each other in the moment. And we move because we know what's the higher purpose serving, and how we can learn from that, and how we can create more harmony, how we can in fact help one another to heal all the pain that is stored in our system, and bring more love, and through that bring that vision that we already received, bring this vision, build this vision, because we're not against one another. And when the shadows are coming out on the surface and they start to play out like some conflict, we know inside we are not this, we are not this shadow, we are not this pain, we are not this fight. It can happen, but then, okay, let's contemplate, let's move, let's forgive, let's bring it all into heart, let's bring it all into peace, because only that we can really create, only that we can be who we truly are, and to embody that love that we are. Otherwise, we're just stuck in all these stories and things. I think.
It doesn't always sound so loud. It doesn't always look like that. But like the essence of it is true.
It's good to strive for that.
It's in the essence of it is, it's like there is I think all relationships like more or less are common. Like we are like meeting each other,
Absolutely.
like especially if we're here having tea together, we are probably like pals in the last past life or something. So but I think in relationships like partners, so it's a much more chemical process happening because it's full body, right? Like do everything together basically. And so there's like a lot more things that are gonna be released. And then what my partner she's referring to is the yeah, our souls, our soul connection, which is something extraordinary. We're still discovering it. But what we found with strong fractals or strong connections or twin flames, like people who have same soul, if you like believe in such a thing, their whole life is going to basically be an alchemical process because they're there in a way for that purpose. If you choose to, like, if you have your soul incarnate, you will always be tested on whether you are truthful to yourself or not. So yeah, it's so funny. What I also wanted to share about that is like you were sharing how you hadn't been able to unlock 16 Trinity fully.
Yeah, it was always a little bit like kind of I cut it,
Yeah.
but it's still some part that's
Even after 10 years.
Take it.
But the irony was today, it's like I finally also understood some of what it is. And then I could see how her system immediately responds to my openness, my energy system. Then she's receiving it. So it's just like a testimony that
Yeah.
it's just we are symbiotic, basically. We are like in a like we need each other to be a team. And then also collectively think about that.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we need a lot of
why they
partners,
said the first the union starts within, then the next challenge is in a relationship to create this harmony. Then in a small group of people, and then in a bigger groups of people, and then finally collectively. And every stage here is going to be challenges, because all the challenge, all the provocation is where we can see what are these in fact limitations inside of me that doesn't allow me fully embody this vast energy, the soul of fully who am I, because different stories, constructions, span, and everything is showing where else it's limited, or which story I hold on. And that's, as I said, sometimes it can be connected to past life, the story, and it can be not. It can look like it happening here only, but if we look deeper, we can see that in fact the roots of that can be much earlier. And here it's It's just repeating. And one of the things about justice that I like, and I feel it's a crucial understanding of the Siddhi, is that the Richard Rudd said the whole problem we have here, because we try to understand reality, like the science is always trying to understand the reality, but basing on their own concept, because we base on the concept that the consciousness or awareness is a product of thinking. It's a product of material reality, where in fact the consciousness is the reason of everything. But all our systems, knowledge, society, it's all built on the perspective that consciousness goes second, that consciousness goes after mind. And or matter, when in fact it's the reason of why everything exists. So until we put things on the right order, in the right place, we can't live as a harmonious society, because we are basing on their own, like the base, let's say the base of the house is not correct. So, and then all trying to create on top of it is eventually going to fall, because we first have to create the right base where we see that the consciousness comes first, and then through that we create. And even I watched those videos of dimensions showing how there was the source and then split it into two poles that we say masculine or feminine, or positive and negative, which are they absolutely complementary to one another. They have different way of how energy works there. They have different meaning, let's say, but in fact they are meant to work in harmony, because the one not exist within each other. The one feminine is like a big room, cosmic room that holds all the wisdom. It holds everything. It holds all the potential varieties of all the possible what we can experience. The masculine, that is structure, basically. It's can choose, okay, like a focus. Okay, this reality we're going to create. And then we need a focus, dedication, stability to create it. So it's like, and one can't exist within another. Feminine is a chaos in its nature. The masculine tend to afraid of chaos. That's why sometimes, not sometimes, but how it was before, try to create the structures to control the chaos. But in fact, the harmony can happen when we, first of all, within ourselves, we can accept the chaos. We can accept that when the chaos comes, it's not wrong. The chaos comes when the order that we used to, for example, believe in doesn't serve us anymore. So first we have to let it go. And when we let it go, we go into chaos. So then we can create a new structure, a new order. And it's always going through chaos. This is the channel 360, as I said, in human design. The third key is a chaos. And this is also a divine child who is innocent. It's innocent. It's play the game of life. And then we have 60, the structure, and it's always dance between them. It's always this dance of polarities. This is how we kind of experience this life, and through this dance of polarities. And I feel we need to now, with the time, to go into meditation, and then we can share after that our final resolutions. Okay. Okay, so you can drink tea now, or you can drink it also while you're meditating. Just close your eyes gently. Feeling into your body. Or you can also be with open eyes if this is what you prefer. But go into your body. Connect first with your breath. Feel how energy moves, feel how the air moves through you. Feel how you sit, feel the wind from this fan when it touches you. And feel all your sensations, emotions, thoughts, everything that's present right now for you. Soften even deeper. And open for possibility to feel your root system right now. And how it's going deeper into the earth, the core of the earth, the Mother Earth. And we can breathe out our tension, our emotions, everything that we're ready to let go at this moment. And when we breathe in, we breathe the energy of Mother Earth into our body. Let it nourish us. Let us receive it. Feel more grounded. Let the energy go up till your head. And from your head, even up from your crown chakra up to the source. And then the next moment, invite the energy of Divine Father, Divine Masculine Principle into your body, into your system. Through your crown, to come into your crown and then into your spine, to create this structure in your life. In your body, first of all. The strong spine is the first structure you have, the vertical of your spirit, how it moves through this Sushumna Nadi down to the earth. And then feel the light in your heart. And if there is any tension, emotions in your heart, feel how you hugging them with this light, with this love, letting everything be. And bringing back love. And there is a rainbow sphere around you that protects you. Connect with the field of Jinkies and with the 60 Jinki and the shadow of limitations. I'm feeling to that. Where is it in your body? What are sensations in your body, first of all? What do you limit inside yourself? Feel the emotions, maybe some thoughts will come, some ideas, some beliefs. And breathe into it and through it, giving love to that parts of your system, physical, emotional, and mentally. Allowing it to soften. Feeling deeper your breath and bringing more love into all these limitations, all these sensations. If you feel there are some beliefs, ideas you want to let go, you can just allow this to happen now and say that you cancel these beliefs, you cancel these ideas about yourself or about life, and that you raise it to let it go. Whatever it is. And feeling how slowly energy moves into a gift, to a higher frequency. To your heart, the gift of realism. What it is for you, how it feels in your body, in your system. There's no right or wrong answer, there's just your experience. You can now align deeper with your soul to feel what does your soul want to do to create birth at this point of time. It was also new moon yesterday, so you can feel this energy of beginning. And allowing yourself going higher into the Siddhi, or allowing to receive the Siddhi, to merge with Siddhi of justice. Calling it into your being. If you want, you can put your palms in an open position to receive this energy as it's going like a grace. It's going from the top into our body, into our crown chakra, and flow through us. Justice. What is the true meaning of justice? Feel it, be with it. Receive it. Allow it to go through your nadis, through your energy system. Allow yourself to merge with this Siddhi as a divine fire. It's a higher quality. It's something that brings us towards transparency beyond our personality, beyond our story, our own self, to divine self, divine itself. But still we can experience it through body. That's why we need to stay open. This energy flow down to your toes. And then even deeper into the earth. You can bring your palms into Namaste position in front of your heart if you want. You can rub your palms. Pull towards your face. Other parts of your body will need now attention and love and the touch. Take your time until you look ready to open your eyes. Take a sip of the tea if you want. Feeling yourself again, the space, how you sit, how you breathe. You want to share anything you want to share? If not, you can stay in silence. We're going to close now the container, but this, you want to ask for Sharon, and it's time then.
True hasn't said it.
Closing words.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's bring justice into our own body and into the world as much as we can, step by step. Okay, close then this. Should we have one cup of tea, one more?
It's kind of